Good morning, wherever you're at. If you're on the West Coast, good morning. If you're in Europe, good morning. For my Caribbean folk, good morning. Now, I had a thought yesterday. And you'll have thoughts in your mind at night. They stick around all night, and in the morning, you're still thinking about it, right? So I felt like that was something good to talk about this morning. So if you're new to the channel, you'll see that I'm normally out in the morning, man. I start my day with a 1 mile walk, right? So I have a park nearby, and I like to get out there, get first light. I know a lot of you guys have heard about that, but it's very quiet, very calm. The birds, obviously you can hear the birds are up. Nature starts to wake up with the sun. So it's a good time to take a walk. So I was thinking about something last night, and then as soon as I get up, I'm still thinking about it. And I'm like, man, why does that happen so much? Because this is obviously, it isn't the first time it happened to me. A lot of times I'll go to bed, there might be a song that's on, TV show I'm watching, something like that, and I'm still thinking about it when I wake up. I'm like, damn, and I'm talking about detail, right? So you know how same thing is when you dream. You dream, you'll wake up, you're thinking about the details of your dream, but you might wake up at 6 o'clock. You might have had that dream at 11 p.m., 12 a.m. You're still thinking about it hours later. What's the point? That means that what we consume or what we talk about, how we're feeling, what we think, runs through our brain all night, right? Runs through our brain all night. And why that's important is because what we do at night has a huge effect on how we feel and what we're thinking about as soon as we get up in the morning, man. And we've all been there, because I've been there, where we have these conversations with people at night. We watch certain shows at night. We listen to certain music at night. And it's not the best quality conversations, right? Not the best quality of people that we're hanging out with. Not the best energy we're pulling in at that time of day. And so you don't realize how much that affects you until obviously you take a step back and start doing some better things for yourself. And then you're like, yo, I'm really talking to this person at 10 o'clock every night, right? They're the last person I talk to. They're the last person that I think about. They're the last person I communicate. And it's on a semi-daily basis, meaning it might not be every day, but it's every other day. If that person is negative, man, if that person is talking to you about drama, if you and that person just always talk about the past even, right? They might not be that negative, but they might be stuck. They might be somebody that just isn't a forward thinker. You might just never wake up happy or never talk about happy things with that person, right? It's always just negative stuff, combative. You go to bed with those feelings, man. Those words, they're traveling through your brain all night. And then you wake up with them. And that's how you start your day, right? That's how you start your day. And so, because we don't have it all figured out, we don't have it all figured out now, but we damn sure didn't have it all figured out a decade ago, right? 20 years ago. So when you know better, you do better. But when you look back, even if you look back over 30 days, 60 days, and you start to really assess what you do at night, who you've been talking to, the TV shows you've been watching, right? A lot of us will watch the worst shows we can at late at night. And we're just used to doing it. We just do it, right? But think about this, bro. Like, it's fake, right? It's scripted. It's TV. But those feelings, those thoughts, they're still going through your head, bro. Them feelings still going through your body. That energy is still flowing through you. So I used to watch some shows that, you know, had something to do with people get murdered in the show, people getting cheated on in the show, people cursing a lot, people getting raped, perhaps thrown in jail, right? All these scenarios, all these feelings, because when you're watching these shows, you do have feelings that go through you, right? And you have thoughts, and you're like, man, if I was there, this is what I'd have done, or oh my God, I got to make sure I start going to the gun range. I got to learn how to shoot. If somebody try to break into my house, you're having all these thoughts. And bro, you know that these situations aren't real, right? You know they're fake. But you have no choice but to feel some type of way about it. But that's what's going through my head all night. All night I'm thinking about what happened, what went on, what would I do if that was me? Damn, if that was my child that happened to. Man, what if I was in court and everybody lied on me? You know what I mean? You're going through all this stuff, bro, and it has nothing to do with you. And that's what I started to realize, is that, bro, this shit don't have nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? But I'm taking in all that energy. I'm taking in all those thoughts. I'm taking in all those situations. I've never been in any of those situations in my life, bro. Ever. Why would I be thinking about, oh, what would I do if somebody tried to assault me? Well, that's never happened to me, right? And you never say never, because things can happen to you. But at the same time, like, you'll go crazy thinking about all the things that could happen to you, right? Bro, we watch military shows. Most of us ain't in the military. And we have feelings built around these things that we're watching that we will never experience, bro. We'll never experience it. So there's always a point, you know? You can't expect to wake up, man, with clear and happy thoughts if you go into bed with negative ones. You cannot. Doesn't happen that way. Does not happen that way. What you consume, who you talk to, what you're reading, what sounds are going through your ears, that is what's going to play through your mind all night. That's what's going to fill your body all night. And sleep is supposed to be a time of rest, repair, recovery. You're supposed to feel good when you wake up, man. You know, I guarantee you, if you talk to the happiest people at your job, happiest people in your neighborhood, and you just ask them, what do you do before you go to bed? Or why do you think you wake up so happy in the morning? None of them are going to tell you that they deal with negativity at night. They don't, man. They don't. And bro, listen to me. It's like, we can circle back to talking to these people, right? Man, some of us been in situations where this negative person lives in your house. You know what I mean? So it's hard to get away from that person because they're so close to you. They're very, very close to you. So it's hard for you to get away from that person. But I think that's the minority. I think that's the minority, bro. I think most situations where you're talking to someone negative or dealing with someone who always has drama or has a bunch of negativity going on in their lives, that person is normally outside of your house. So you do have a choice whether or not you speak to them at night or not. And guess what? I know your mom, oh no, my mom calls me at 9:30 to tell me good night and this and this and that. Guess what? Most of you that have that type situation, you've already talked to her a couple times today. You've already talked to her. And bro, she's calling you, telling you what's on the news. And she's telling you about shit that don't have nothing to do with you, bro. Nothing to do with you. And you're taking in that info. Your energy goes down immediately. Somebody calls your phone and says, oh, did you hear about that person that got killed on the south side tonight? Bro, I don't care how happy you are. You're like, damn, nah, I ain't hear about that. Yeah, it was a 14-year-old boy or it was a 22-year-old girl. You're like, damn. Just hearing the information, think about it. And how many times this happened to you? You're talking to somebody on the phone. But if you would have never talked to them on the phone, you wouldn't know about that death. Now, is it bad? Absolutely. But bro, people die every day, B. They die every day. You can't, what you gonna do? Unless you getting into the mortuary business, hey, bro, you can't do nothing about that. So that person that's calling you, that person that you're talking to, that person that is feeding you that energy late at night, man, you got to assess that. And you just have to rearrange the call. Reschedule the call, man. Reschedule the TV show. Everybody got DVR. There was a time that everybody got DVR. You can watch the shit on your phone on the way to work, bro, if that's what you want to do. But let me tell you, when I started doing this, and this wasn't too long ago, man, I ain't trying to, hey, I'm always transparent with mine, bro, because I just be wanting to let you know I've been where you at and worse. You understand me? When I changed up what I was watching at night, when I changed up who I talked to at night, when I changed up my activities at night, and just mainly, that's just, you know, having a couple drinks, chilling out. But bro, you have a couple drinks or you smoke your little bit of weed, you know what I mean? You talk to somebody negative and you watch a negative TV show. Bro, I'm telling you, you're waking up in a bad mood. You can't wake up but so happy. You can't. That's why you feel so good on a weekend when you done spend some quality time with your partner before you went to bed. You understand me? Y'all done got a little frisky and you wake up feeling amazing. Huh? Something to that. So we always gotta change, always gotta try to be better, man. It matters. But every little thing we do matters. Everything we do during the day matters, especially what we do at night before we lay down. All right? So, it's a little morning inspiration for you. Y'all have a good day. Be blessed. You understand? Make sure we positive, bro. Treat people good today. Treat people good today. How you treat other people says a lot about how you feel about yourself. You understand? It's your boy, Marc, my words.